Welcome to Pastor's Chat today. Well, we're looking at a new psalm, Psalm 112. Now, when we looked at Psalm 111 the last few days, we talked about how it and Psalm 112 go together. They're like twins. Maybe the same person wrote both of them, especially when you read the last verse of Psalm 111 that says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all those who do his commandments. His praise endures forever." And then Psalm 112 begins with, "Praise the Lord. Blessed is the man who fears the Lord, who delights greatly in his commandments." Psalm 111, the emphasis is on God and his works. The people of Israel that had come back from Babylon, the remnant in Jerusalem and surrounding it, they needed to be encouraged. And Psalm 111 encourages them to look up, look to God, and see how great he is. Look at all his works. They're wonderful. They're awesome. They're fantastic. That's Psalm 111. Now here in Psalm 112, the psalmist is continuing and says, now, the man who obeys the Lord, the man who delights in his commandments, the man who seeks the Lord is the man who is blessed. And the emphasis in Psalm 112 is on the people of God and their works, the people of God and their works. Because when a person delights in the Lord, keeps his commandments, he'll do those things that are pleasing in his sight. And oh, what a blessed man that is. Now, that doesn't mean he doesn't have problems or difficulties or trials and have to deal with a lot of maybe tribulation, but it does mean he is blessed. He has the Lord's on his side. And if God be for us, who can be against us? And so let's read Psalm 112. It's in entirety, and the next couple of days we'll talk about it. So he says, "Praise the Lord. Blessed is the man who fears the Lord, who delights greatly in his commandments. His descendants will be mighty on earth. The generation of the upright will be blessed. Wealth and riches will be in his house, and his righteousness endures forever. Unto the upright there arises light in the darkness. He is gracious and full of compassion and righteous. A good man deals graciously and lends. He will guide his affairs with discretion. Surely he will never be shaken. The righteous will be in everlasting remembrance. He will not be afraid of evil tidings. His heart is steadfast, trusting in the Lord. His heart is established. He will not be afraid until he sees his desire upon his enemies. He has dispersed abroad. He is given to the poor. His righteousness endures forever. His horn will be exalted with honor. The wicked will see it and be grieved. He will gnash his teeth and melt away. The desire of the wicked shall perish." Oh, it ends with a contrast of the righteous man versus the wicked person. The wicked person perishes. The righteous man, he is blessed, and his righteousness affects not only himself, but it affects his children and generations to come in verse 2. And so what a wonderful psalm reminding us of God's graciousness and God's goodness to those who seek him, those who keep his commandments, those who fear him. The fear of the Lord basically means to be aware, a constant awareness of his presence, to have a reverential fear of him, not to like, oh, I'm scared of Jesus, I'm scared of the Lord, he is so bad, he is so mean, he is so powerful, oh, I might do something wrong. No, it doesn't mean that. It means I delight in him because he is so awesome. I know he loves me, he cares for me. He proved it when he sent his son Jesus to die on a cross for me. Blessed is the man who fears the Lord. This man is constantly aware of God's presence in his life. It's like God, it's like us as parents, we want our children to, in a sense, fear us. In other words, when we're around, they're going to behave. Why? Because they know it's not good to misbehave. and be disobedient. They're blessed when they obey. And that's what happens in this psalm. Well, we're going to be looking at it the next few days. And I trust you'll keep your eyes on the Lord and keep fearing Him, living for Him, loving Him with all your heart. God bless you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.